This is a removing money blockages meditation, and we are removing these blockages from chakra to chakra to chakra. We can see sometimes if I feel unsafe, maybe we, shop, maybe we, get some snacks, whatever. That's the root chakra. Maybe sometimes if I feel unattractive, maybe I rush to make someone else comfortable, sacral node. Maybe sometimes if I feel insecure in my happiness or my deserving, my worth, I rush to make others happy, solar plexus. But we saw with Asteria's beautiful affirmation, I'm excited to put myself at the center of my needs. And that's okay. It's actually exciting and good. Heart chakra. You are allowed to receive the love you give to everybody else because it is an expression of wealth. Your millions are back to you. Throat chakra, like Brie showed us, and Carissa showed us, the energy is starting to rise all the way from the root, which means you've had so much conversation and what has made you feel unsafe, what has pissed you off, what has distracted you, what has reminded you of your wants and needs, and you're ready to talk about it. Final two, we did the pineal and the crown. Like Asteria said, our true identities are not the shame that's organized after the moment. Oh, I didn't mean for it to happen like that. I didn't want to show up like this. I wish I had. It's okay. You are the energy of the decision. I was trying to love. I was hoping to create. I was needing a bond. Your wealth is returned to you. So, moment to moment reminders that we are worthy, we are ready, we are willing, and it's just a matter of just showing up. And so I'm grateful for you, Carissa, in showing up. I'm grateful in everybody in showing up in these kinds of conversations. I just want to remind you, we've only spent an hour with yourself today, less than that, and we have reconfigured your minds towards true wealth and a conversation that, okay, what's 10 minutes for me? Especially if I'm going to spend 15 minutes fucking pacing the living room trying to decide what to wear. You know what I'm saying? What's 10 minutes for me? This is a beautiful conversation in, relating to truth. These are weekly events that I will be hosting, especially, pardon me, specifically for SSE students. So I believe Carissa, Sarai, Asteria, you all got the, and Monique, I believe, you got the invite in my school. And I make the post on social media. So if you would like to maintain in these spaces, I deeply encourage you to join us in school. This review will be on there as a follow-up, and I will be hosting these free every week so that we can maintain these conversations. Saying wealth is newness, wealth is excitement of creation. All of these affirmations being safety, community, what's possible, how the mind can rework reality, and how the mind can distort reality. When we have so many conversations, and what is wealth? It's really found in perspectives of worth. Basically, we're understanding the contract, the best contract, the most optimal contract in doing. We've understood that we basically undo things when we do stuff for others before ourselves. And Jessica's helped us with that affirmation. I am my number one priority, even though I understand that there are many people attached to me. Bree's helping us understand that when I slow down, I actually empower the wealth of the moment. Because if we combine Jessica's conversation with Bree's, we can see that if I slow down, I can make it what I want it to be rather than destroying it for others as an act of loyalty. Has anyone ever destroyed or deconstructed yourself as an act of love for someone else? Mm. Destroyed and deconstructed our paths, trying to show people that they're safe, making ourselves unsafe.
Absolutely. Too many times.
Yeah.
And so this is why this guided meditation is so special. And I'm so grateful for you, Haru, because even though we all have our individual stories, there's a little bit of shared experience that we all have that by discussing these difficult topics, we can open ourselves into healing and saying, you know what, I'm not alone, because sometimes it can be a very lonely experience, or so it feels like. But using our throat chakra and saying, hey, we've been through it and we can get out of it. And I promise that after the rain, there is a rainbow.
That was really nice. I appreciate you for doing this. I feel just as much as spirituality is something that's a personal thing, it's like we're all interconnected. So I feel like doing it in community really kind of feels like extra powerful. And I haven't found like what the best type of meditation is best for me, whether it's like guided or just like sound bowls or meditation frequencies. But I do feel like when it's guided, especially the ones that you've guided, I feel like a sense of calmness, and I feel like I can focus more on staying in the meditative like energy. So I did really enjoy that.
And I do want to attest to that, that these communal events are so important because we can hear, like you said, our mirrors, we can see our mirrors, we can hear, um, it is ourselves, right? We can hear ourselves because we're all here together, but it is like there's a reason that you're in that body and I'm in this body, and there's a reason that the consciousness flows differently through my lens, and it's inspiring to hear from your guys' lenses, and the healings that you felt. And yeah, so um
Nice. Um, I have been blessed by your TikTok. I never even get on TikTok, but a friend shared your channel with me, and my life is in transition, but so much better.
I'm so happy that you can feel safe to relax, and how meditation can sometimes trigger that release where, you know how sometimes y'all, and this is for all of us, we find anxiety as like a driving force. So we're like, let me get my shit in order. Let me bully myself into basically trauma and motivation. But when we are meditating, it's like, oh, I can relax and still have conversation. I can relax and still make a plan. I can relax and still be goofy, talk about my shit and what I want to do, and not really be traumatized by my own self, my own memories. I would love to hear from Brie and Carissa, and then we'll have more communal conversation, and then we'll close out our time. How are you, Brie?
I'm doing well, thank you. And I especially enjoyed when you were talking about like imagine yourself in an open field. I kind of brought like my inner child with me, and it was like us together, and it felt like very um like wholesome in a sense. And it was also interesting when you were like talking about the throat chakra. For some reason, my pineal gland started pulsating in that moment, and it just kept like it felt like there was like a lot of like spiritual energy coming through, and I was trying to tap into it, but I couldn't fully. But and then once we got to the pineal gland, it really felt like at calm, at ease, like it felt like everything was making sense. And I just again really appreciate you for doing things like this with the community. I feel it's really special. And yeah.
Hey, Brie, can you share with us more about that throat chakra connection and your pineal gland? Because your voice is so powerful, Brie. You hopped on the mic and was like, yo, Brie is here. What's up, everybody? You have such a strong voice. Can you share with us maybe like who you are and where your spirit is today?
Yes. That's actually interesting that you say that because I feel my voice is a bit shaky because I'm not the best with public speaking. I get a little nervous, so then I feel like you can hear it in my voice. And as much as I don't want it to be the case, I'm just like, you know. But as far as spirituality, I feel my lineage and everything, like the dynamics in my family, has really led me to become the spiritual person that I am today. And I'm really thankful for like all the experiences I've lived to get me to this point because I feel spirituality is one of like the most important things in my life, and I carry myself as like a very spiritual woman, and I only want that to grow more and more. And I know that meditation is something that can really help me with that and help calm the anxiety and things like that.
Brie, what I was speaking on is that I feel and I am observing your intelligence. I feel that you're a very smart woman and a very creative woman. And I feel that when you speak up for yourself, it sounds like you know a lot about yourself. And the knowledge of self is a form of wealth. We know that, right? And so what I'm basically hearing is that you're breaking a generational curse. You are moving away from generations, and I am so grateful. I bow to you and how you show up today in community in that powerful voice. Amen. Hello,
Thank
my
you so
Asteria.
much.
My honor.
Hi.
Hey, goddess. Go ahead and let us know what's going on with you.
Okay. This meditation was really fucking intense. I had tears from the root chakra all the way up, and it definitely escalated around the heart and the throat. But what I enjoyed about it was specifically the affirmations towards wealth. I and Sorry, my mind just went 100 billion different places, but um yeah, it was really intense. Um well, I think wealth is connected to worth, right? And so there was definitely some revelations about that. I really loved when the whole time I was like, man, I wish I could write that down because the way that you speak, the words that you use are so important. But um, one thing did manage to remember was we're the space between our decisions. And that just felt so empowering and it felt grounding almost, even though we're talking about spaciousness and like a very abstract idea, almost like a void space. It's like, oh, that's where I am. And so we can find empowerment and embodiment in that. It's like you're not the decision or you're not the option, you're not the choice, you're the space in between. And so you can move from that space. Um, and that felt really impactful because it feels like an action. It feels like an actual thing, an actionable thing I can take from the meditation is to make decisions from that space. Like, what do I really actually want in this moment? Or what do I really desire? Where can I even place my focus? What can I even do at this time instead of, you know, when you said what do I want to receive from myself? The things that came up were care, passion, and focus. Like I want to be self-focused a little bit. That way I can have a direction instead of all directions. And then that maybe can help with embodiment also. So yeah, it was just I could probably go on forever, but I'll stop. It was incredible. It was incredible. And you know, crying is so good. So I was very grateful for that. It felt really good. Thank you.
I want to share with the community. I'm very grateful that you translated wealth as worth. What a valuable conversation. And the essence of why we do this kind of like exercises and empowering a sense of self-worth so you can remember that your value can be increased at any moment. Give me 1 second, because this feels like some cheap shit. Let me get my millions up. Amen. And I also love, Asteria, how you mentioned centering yourself, centering your wants and needs. And I like how you are starting to identify that openly in a community as this is possible. With the raise of hands, is anyone else excited to be self-centric like Asteria? Putting the self at the center. Yeah, Mariana, two hands up. I would love to hear from Jessica. Hello, Jessica. Welcome in. And then Carissa. We're so excited to hear your review.
So I actually really enjoyed it. For my first meditation in a group, it was very different from what I normally experience as I do like guided meditations and stuff like that. Um, with this particular meditation, it was interesting because when you started going through the root chakras or started from the root chakra, I felt it warm up. It like heated up, and um, I sat with it. It felt kind of like the sun, if you would, like it's the only way to explain it. And as we started going through the other chakras, that heat went with it, and it just slowly started going up through my entire system. But I noticed that it stopped at my throat chakra. I didn't feel the warmth after that. So I'm interested to explore that more, and kind of understand what that means for me. But it was really interesting that that has never happened to me before. But I love doing this as a group. This is, again, I'm going to do more of these. This is awesome. So I'm really glad to be here.
What I'm hearing is basically a kundalini awakening or a kundalini rising of energies. And for you, I feel that you have some wonderful Leo placements, if I remember correctly, as well. And you are most likely a beautiful expressor.
For
Carissa,
sure.
what would you say is what did you experience in the meditations that you feel you can translate in your everyday world?
Um, there was many affirmations, kind of like what Asteria said. I wish I had a pen and paper in the middle, but just trying to let that um, fill me up. And so some of those affirmations I definitely will be writing down afterwards. Um, but yes, she mentioned also like relating wealth with your worth. And that resonated with me a lot. It's very, I connect those two. And I don't always keep that in mind in my day to day. So it's something that I would like to try to remind myself of that more often.
Awesome. I love that. One thing that I'm feeling that Carissa is sharing is the idea of conscious wealth. Are there any final follow-ups, any final conversations you'd like to share with any of us?
I would like to mention how um I feel a connection with you, how you've said like showing up more than once, because that's one of like the main things that I'm focusing on this year is just showing up for myself, showing up for others. I feel like I went too long in the past without doing that, and I feel like that goes such a long way. So I just love the connection between you saying it and it being something that I'm holding like really dearly to myself.
I want to do a cipher. I know y'all, if you're annoyed with me, click off. You know what I'm saying? Just a 2 minute cipher. Can we give affirmation ciphers? So how Brie says, I am here to show up. Or from now on, I'm going to show up. By the way, Monique, you look so amazing. I see you're ready to get it for the day. You better go ahead, girl. So let's share some affirmations just really quick. We can take our mutes off if we want to just all share with each other. Maybe I'll start. I am grateful to be in community. I am rich when I am with others. Let's hear it, Lee. I see you ready.
I am safe to be in community.
One
Safe
more time.
to, I am safe to be in community.
Safe to be in community. Safe to be seen. Safe to be heard. Who else got something for us?
Okay, I'll go. Um, um, okay. I am standing in my power because I am self-sufficient.
Amen. Self-sufficient and standing in it. Come on, let them out. Let them out. Let them out.
I have another one.
Yes, you do.
I am worthy of community.
Yes, Leah. All right, I'm about to interrupt y'all. Meditative states. Yeah, girl. Come on, let it out, Sarah.
I am grateful to live in my authenticity.
Yeah, I'm about to do a damn spin on the flow. Good, this is wealth. Come on, freedom and flexibility. Who else got some?
I am free to be me.
I am free to be me and watch my own back, period.
Oh, I was looking at my mom.
Yes, girl.
This is live.
Hello, Jessica. Welcome in.
Hi.
Hi. Good to see you. Does everybody have time to welcome Jessica? I will
Hi.
sit up. I'm sorry, I'm with my casual energy.
Thank you. I would like to apologize to the group. I was late coming on. I wanted to attend, but I'm also at work on the East Coast. So I was trying to, and I came in at the end and then didn't realize I was muted. So, or was unmuted, but I am happy to be here.
And we're happy to have you, Jessica. We're just at the very tail end, so I apologize for the deconstructed energies. May I ask you just a quick question? Uh, how has your year been, Jessica, and what are you hoping to experience this year coming forward?
Well, my year has been great. So, I am Filled to Heal that taps into your TikTok channel all the time. So this is my fave. So yeah. I'm in a new job. This is where I'm at. I'm in a new job in a new state and looking for a new place, a new house and all the things. So much new, but my canvas is blank, so I get to create whatever I want.
Amazing.
Yes.
Welcome, Jessica. Congratulations to you. Finger claps and snaps for you, goddess.
I am worthy, I am powerful, and I accept the infusion of an enthusiastic flow within.
I accept the
I am, I
infusion.
am, I am.
I am.
Okay. I am worthy of making space for myself within my reality.
Yeah, within my
My
reality.
reality. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'll add one more.
Mhm.
I am trusting myself to live in my principles.
What are your principles as of today?
They are honoring myself and my story, holding my boundaries, being selfish with my energy and using my discernment and knowing which spaces I'm able to be myself in.
Amazing. So wealth as boundaries and wealth as discernment. So that we don't waste our energies, waste our time, waste our voice, waste our trust. Amazing,
Yes.
Sari. Does anyone else relate to that? I saw you did, Brie. Does anyone else relate to wealth as boundaries? Yeah. Jessica says me. So we can really see a new definition of money making, a new definition of money saving, and self-preservation. Any other definitions of wealth?
I just wanted to add something, because that brings me back to what I was saying, that like I just now started like correlating the two, because I would just be so open with my energy and not realizing that I was using like some vital energy in like a place that it didn't belong. And then when I needed to use my energy for me, I was like, where is it? Why am I so tired? I just had all of this to give. So just realizing that wealth is my energy to just solidified that.
Vital energy for me. So what are some vital energies, Lily? Like love, patience, gentleness. What are some that you have?
Yeah, so love, patience, grace, compassion. I would expel all of those to my family and friends, but then when it came to me, I didn't get something done. I'm beating myself up, and you know, they never get that energy from me. I just get that from me.
Mm. So now we see kind of like exercise and experiences like this as those vital energies or return to them because we have to exercise so much grace and patience to be still in the meditation. Yes. Does anyone else have any reflections on vital energy for yourself? What?
Oh, okay. Well, I was just sharing with Lovely that you are your number one priority, and that we can't pour from an empty cup. I'm the glue that holds everything around me together. And I was falling apart. So, how do I return that to me? I am my number one priority. No one comes before me. And it's taken a very long time to get to that place. But I'm in my, I'm going to say my young 30s, but that's a lie. But now I'm in a place where I can recognize that no one gets me but me. I'm the one that gets to take care of me. So a lot of times people say, "How are you? What are you doing?" Or "What are you?" I am. And maybe 15 minutes ago I was sad, and maybe right now I'm happy. But at the end of the day, I'm trying to take care of me.
I love that. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Your affirmations are so beautiful. I'm writing them all down.
Thank
That
you.
was beautiful, Jessica.
Thank you, Sari.
Does anyone else relate to Jessica, maybe from like a mother's guilt, or even just, I'm not a woman, but I can understand a woman's guilt. And I am an individual and a spiritual person, so I understand the guilt of success or survivor's guilt. So can we see that this is a version of wealth as well? How much we expend when we extend our stories outside of ourselves. That was such a revelation, Jessica. Does anyone else have any reflections on I prioritize me first, and that's okay?
I'd like
What
to
are some
add to
thoughts?
that to say that no one can take better care of you than yourself. What you know what safety looks for you, how that looks for you. So I feel like you can try to seek that in others or external factors, but you know better, you know yourself better than anyone knows you and how you like to be taken care of.
Love that. Brie, can you share with us how you like to be taken care of specifically?
Yes, so I like to self-soothe in ways like something as simple as making myself tea or giving myself time to get ready for things, giving myself time to make decisions, journaling, things that allow me to slow down are ways that I feel like I take care of myself because I'm not good under pressure. I'm not good when I'm rushing. I feel best when I'm in like the most calm energy. So I try to focus on things like that.
Totally. So, like we've been acknowledging, suspending time, I need to be at peace, basically. Any final conversations from our work together today? What are you going to do with this wealth?
Learn to be, learn for me, my takeaway in life right now and this year is learning to be by myself. It is such a gift. Um, to not feel like I need someone to be in my space. Um, I know I've shared the I am affirmations. It's because I'm becoming comfortable with who I am. Um, Traumas and situations that has happened to me throughout my life have helped me become who I am, but they don't define who I am. So that's, I'm complete.
I am just enamored by all of your beautiful affirmations. I am also safe with who I am. I am safe to be who I am in front of anyone and everyone.
Amen. Amen. Sarah E., what's your final statement?
I really loved what Jessica said because it's so relevant to my lived experience as well. And one of the things that I'm taking away is the projections of others because of how I am, and my authenticity is not something that I need to be carrying. Um, because just to give a little background, yesterday was a little bit of a triggering day for me where luckily I was able to hold my own. And the person showed themselves exactly as they were in a place that they should not have. And so
Do you want
I
to
sent
share?
you a message about this, Haru, just so you know.
Do you want to share with the ladies what the experience is?
Sure. So I'm currently going through a divorce. And so yesterday was a hearing. And I was in a relationship for over 16 years with a narcissist, toxic, abuser. There was a lot of emotional abuse. There was domestic violence as well, until I finally decided to say enough is enough and put myself first. And I filed on my 16-year anniversary. And I was so happy that I was able to finally be free. But there was an upcoming hearing, right? And those of us who have experienced those moments know it can be quite triggering, especially going into institutions that can be kind of cold and emotionless. And so Haru knows my background as well. That's not my only experience with trauma. It's been a life of it. And doing it alone, you know, when you have no support system, sometimes these things can be overwhelming. And so I'm very grateful for Haru's space where I can kind of recalibrate my nervous system and enter my spirituality. And so he started acting irate. The judge had to kick him out, actually. And I know that my presence is very triggering because not only did I have the audacity to put my foot down and say no, but I was also eloquent and well-spoken and put together, which meant that there was no control. He had no control over me. And so it was a bittersweet moment in the sense of, you know, I'm so proud of myself that I did this, and the powers that be were able to see the truth. But it's still PTSD, right? It takes you close the wound and it gets open again. But being able to say, I'm not going to give you my tears. You don't have that power over me anymore. But then when I got home, it was a matter of like, okay, girl, you're safe to just be yourself and process everything that's happening until you're able to come back to who you are.
Thank you so much. That was
Yes.
so beautiful.
You're welcome, Collective. I love you guys.
And if no one's told you today, I'm proud of you.
Right, I was just gonna say I'm fucking
Yeah.
proud of you. That is so intense. Like all of it is intense. Your
Yeah.
story specifically, where you were brave enough to get away, but then going into the court and being in such a triggering place because the court systems are fucked,
Yeah.
you know? And so going in there and being brave and staying in your nature when he's doing everything he can to trigger you, it's incredible. And I'm so proud of you and I'm so happy for you that you also gave yourself the space when you got home to really feel everything. And you're just so amazing. And thank you for sharing. I love you.
But
I'm proud of you.
I share it with you all because really, truly, I want everybody to see that that power that I hold within me is a power that you hold within yourself as well. So I'm hoping that it sounds like it resonated. A big, big virtual hug for you all.
I just want to say, you a boss ass bitch for that, okay? Like, girl, let me round of a motherfucking
You know?
applause. Yeah.
Any other final statements? I would love to hear just how this is relaying for you. We'll be closing out in the next couple of minutes, but just wanting to hold space for your voice. You know, you can interrupt. You can take the space. Go ahead and talk it out. We could be off mute.
Mariana, te escuché, querías decir algo.
Mo, say
Sí.
something.
Me impresiona mucho tu manera de ser porque al no tener el apoyo de tu familia es muy pesado. So, you're very inspiring and I really appreciate you for sharing that with us today. Eres una persona muy chingona y
Ya tú
preciosa.
sabes, mami.
Ya tú sabes, mami.
Okay. Okay, lingual mommies. Any other affirmations for release from toxic partners? I know that that is seemingly a major door that's being closed. Just wanting to hear any other final conversations in reclaiming the self. I just want to share expressions of wealth in the native tongue. Beautiful, beautiful ladies. Thank you for sharing that. Expressions of wealth in releasing toxic identities. Thank you for being brave and identifying what it looks like to release devils and demons, and then to come back in open spaces and saying, look at what I did. And gosh, it was hard and heavy, and I even cried a little bit, but fucking A, I'm back to myself, having those full systems of fighting, crying, releasing, sharing. And maybe sometimes we get caught in the fighting, crying part, and then it turns into kind of like a psychological cave, you know, and we forget there is a safe space to be. And then in being, we become. And after the becoming, you go out and get what you want, that the original exercise was, whether that's a lover, friends, community, or permission to have more. All right, family. This was a beautiful exercise. I encourage you to sign up to the school. I will be posting this there, and then I'll send you all a follow-up email to your emails directly. I look forward to seeing you on our live stream.